matchup we have for you. Part of what makes this the best sport in the world, a rivalry game. A time where no matter what the record or the season outlook, a win in this one solves all problems and gets you those valuable bragging rights. Pitt lined up for the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. So Syracuse's offense will take the first swing of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. Those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens, but you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Looking left. Got a wide open receiver. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He uncorks one deep. Makes a grab for a big play. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Looking to get it in. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's third and goal from the 1. He'll sneak it. The sneak scores it.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Panthers offense has the ball for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the back from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as you...
There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. This time they'll go to the running game. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Picks up enough to get them first and 10 from the 13. The Panthers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Run in the red zone, it's Goff. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver comes in motion. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Snagged out of the air. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. And the Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Got out of trouble and throws. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's third and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Syracuse will send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Back open in the middle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea of trying to get this guy the ball in space. He's really, really dangerous, but that's just a better job tackling on defense for no gain.
Makes the grab. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Awesome job there on third down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Zings it complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Dumps it to the back. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
The offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, you know, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that guy the ball.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball.
Trying to beat the D deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A high kick trying to pin them deep. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That's reeled in. It's gone. On the move at the 30. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Man, oh man, when you've got a weapon like that, you've got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
Snagged in the middle. It's McFadden. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Orange will have to punt. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in. And he muffs it, a loose football. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They go to the ground. Turning it on!
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type now. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
And the Panthers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Right back to it. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Might as well stick with him. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Here we go. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And this offense has done a good job coming out the gate strong. They've been really, really good. This is the type of play, man. You can give momentum back to the defense, swing it back to the other side if you're not careful with the football.
Wide open makes the catch. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Wide out trying to get it in. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And really good job knowing I don't get in the end zone. I got to get close to the end zone, be ready to break on the football as soon as they throw up. I can't give up any yards after the catch, and they don't right there.
Beck's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pitt. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give on the inside. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll open the second half with a run. At the 40, there he goes. A lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Running back searching for a hole. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Finds his big tight end. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Wide open downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. He'll do it himself. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. It's complete to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Syracuse. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
35, Syracuse, 14.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Wants to throw. It's Van Buren. Unloads it left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. This offense has it with really good field position.
Get set, get set.
The RPO, it's complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
When you run the football and then throw in the play action, it's such a tricky thing for the defense. Do I play run? Do I come up fast? It opens those holes right behind the linebackers and between the safeties to make the passing game just a little bit easier.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3 from the right hash. And this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. And this one is perfect. Syracuse forced to settle for the field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is running away with things, and I'm not sure even Bucky saw this coming today from this offense. They're up by 29 over Arkansas State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Panthers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the tailback. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
6 remain. 6 remain.
To the air. It's Van Buren. Unloads to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Dobbs. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Power football with the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
They'll go to the ground. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. They'll run play action. Throws to the tight end. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks that can throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You could tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Got his man on the right. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And it's no good. He missed it. Well, the field goal didn't quite make it through, but still an 18-point game.
Syracuse, 17.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's McDonald. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Here we go.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Great job by the offense there, getting the 1st down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but He wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Another incompletion on 3rd down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He got it. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were really disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarter.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give to the back. Running into the open space. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their 1st pick here late in the game. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Leaves it with the back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ballgame with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.